The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, our next guest is an entrepreneur and business leader with over 25 years of global experience across different industries. Throughout his career spanning 3 continents, he has built high-performing teams led and developed by a leadership style based on problem-solving and continuous learning. A lifelong fitness enthusiast, his passion for performance-driven activewear led him to challenge the industry where aesthetics often overshadows function. Now, this led to the creation of ZODA, a brand built on the belief that fitness is a battleground to conquer not just a lifestyle. His vision is to build interactive activewear and thus change the way humans experience performance apparel. So to find out more, joining me today to share more is Gunjan Datta, who is the founder and CEO of ZODA. Hi, Gunjan. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Hongbin. I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you on. Gunjan, you have 25 years of global business experience. So what led you to transition into the activewear industry?
I think the most important bit is that in those 25 years across 8 cities, in 3 different continents, I had the privilege to work in diverse sectors, working with people from all walks of life. So at a very early stage of my career, I had an understanding of, and learned to appreciate the cultural nuances, the consumer needs and the consumer preferences. But my lifelong passion for fitness and to do something truly meaningful led me to start our own fitness studio. And we did that about 2 years ago. And then from there on, we ended up doing our activewear brand, ZODA. We found a way to disrupt the market with premium performance wear that will help the performance athletes cross their, beyond their limits, but at the same time resonate with a stronger purpose and align with the community. We also wanted to build a brand with the warrior mindset that I define as the inability to give up, where you relentlessly pursue your excellence and you do not stop till you win because nothing less will do for you.
Right.
This is something that has been inside of me for most of my life, and this is a character trait I deeply appreciate in people.
Well, speaking of your character, you're also a lifelong fitness enthusiast. So how does your personal experience in training influence the design and functionality of ZODA's activewear?
Yeah, my personal fitness journey has been the driving force for ZODA's design and functionality. I have, throughout my life as a fitness enthusiast, and then as a provider for fitness services, I have gone through rigorous fitness challenges. I have I have been in programs where I prepared for amateur bodybuilding, been into swimming and cricket, where I team sport where I represented my state. All of this has given me an understanding, and I learned to appreciate the crucial role apparel plays in performance and comfort. So when we started ZODA, we brought that experience into focusing on fabrics, right? What really mattered in fabrics. We started focusing on functionality. What functionality really matters to the athletes to actually perform better. We call it Zenith Tech in ZODA, but that's the precision engineering that we apply to our fabrics to make the premium performance apparels for the athletes. And lastly, we focused on durability, which means that we are creating gear that is built to last.
As an athlete yourself, given that there are so many different active brands out there, do you think a lot of these activewear brands kind of don't really focus on the functionality, but more on the aesthetics?
Yes, I'd agree. It's an excellent question. I'll take a step back. The activewear industry is valued at around $400 billion. And it has a growth rate of about 8% CAGR year on year, and it's expected to be like that for the next 10 years or so. However, it's fiercely competitive, right? But if you are building a brand that is focused on technology and sustainability like we are, I think that sets us apart from all the mass market brands, that are focusing on aesthetics but not on the performance, right? So that's how we differentiate. I think at ZODA we will always leverage technology to create a unique brand experience for our athletes.
On that note, what challenges do you anticipate building a global brand from Singapore, having to compete with such global players?
It's interesting. I see it as an advantage. I think building a global brand from Singapore is a massive advantage, and I'll tell you why. First of all, Singapore's strategic location to countries like China and India and the rest of Southeast Asia, which actually gives you a very deep ends on both sides of the value chain, meaning you have the supply of the right kind of fabrics, you have the right kind of know-how, you have the right kind of technology, and on the other hand, there is a growing consumer market, right? Or the stories about East in the next 20 or 25 years. So I think we are at a great place to build a global brand. This is where global brands will be built. Second is Singapore has a very high reputation for quality and innovation. And, we are a digital-first brand. We are leveraging e-commerce. We are leveraging social media to connect with our athletes, with our customers directly. And lastly, like I mentioned, we differentiate on technology. We differentiate on sustainability. And I think that clearly sets us apart from everyone else.
Okay, well, ZODA's interactive activewear integrates a specific type of wearable technology, I believe. Could you elaborate on the, excuse me if I mispronounce this, ZTAP NFC tech?
You said it perfect.
All right. How does it, enhance the athlete's performance?
Yeah, well, I'm wearing one right now. So, if the athlete actually, taps her phone on the emblem on the chest, it will create a phygital experience for you.
No way.
Yeah, I'll show you after the show.
Okay.
Right? So if you tap on it, you can connect with other athletes on the platform. You can, possibly, participate in some challenges. The possibilities are endless. But the whole idea of doing this, Hongbin, is to create that, to blur the line between physical and digital experiences, right? Deepening the athlete's connection with the brand. And it also allows ZODA to share our values and our stories in a more dynamic and interactive way, right? But it doesn't have to stop here. We are continuously finding out more ways to extract more value, where athlete can actually improve their performance by using an NFC tech in their activewear.
Okay, very interesting. It looks like you have a creation of the, correct me if I'm wrong here again, Cozy Terra X ZODA TM tank.
It's Costera.
Costera, all right. Costera X ZODA TM tank. What's the inspiration behind this creation, and which removes CO2 from the air?
That's correct. So I personally believe that we all want to make change, but we often get lost because we don't know where to start. So when I got to know about Shinterra, which is a material sciences company founded by Patrick and Jatin, when I got to know about them, they have invented this solution called Costera, which can, which can absorb carbon dioxide. So what we did is, we collaborated with them and we tried to test it on the fabric to see if we can do that for an activewear, right? And by being able to do that, that basically means when you're wearing the T-shirt, you're like a tree. You're absorbing carbon dioxide from the air. Right. And 20 people wearing the T-shirt equates to one mature tree. That's the amount of carbon dioxide you can capture. So it's great, right? You are actively making a change by absorbing carbon dioxide. What's even better is when you wash it off with suds or detergent, it washes off as harmless minerals. It washes off as sodium bicarbonate, which you know as baking soda.
Wow, I didn't know there were so many innovation within this activewear community. Well, ZODA's commitment to sustainability is also evident through the use of materials like BCI cotton and carbon-capturing fabrics. What inspired you to focus on both performance-driven design and environmental impact?
That's a great question, Hongbin. Let me share a piece of data with you. 85% of textiles that are produced every year discarded within the year. 92 million tons of clothes are discarded that end up in landfills every year. That equates to a dump truck full of clothes being discarded every second.
Right.
Now, if you think about it, it's alarming.
It's awful.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. The global fashion industry, especially the rise of fast fashion, with its emphasis on inexpensive, non-durable clothing, worsens the problem of textile waste. It's a major contribution to environmental issues, with textile production consuming very large amounts of water and contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. At ZODA, we are building with the belief that performance and sustainability are not mutually exclusive. Sustainability is not an option at your convenience, right? So we have a responsibility to minimize our environmental footprint and contribute to a healthier planet. And that inspires ZODA's commitment to earth consciousness. That's one of our values. It is on our website.
That's amazing. And speaking of values here, you also aim to build a global community of 1 million athletes by 2030. How do you plan to foster this community, and what role does the warrior mindset that you mentioned earlier play in shaping the culture of this group?
Yeah, so 1 million athletes, one athlete at a time, right? That's the plan. As we speak, one of our ZODA warrior athletes actually, finished her high rocks race in Shanghai. And we are doing this by creating our own team of athletes who we call as ZODA warriors, who resonate with the warrior mindset. We will be featuring them on our website. We will be talking about their achievements, their attainments, and a subset of those athletes will be part of our product innovation group. That means, Hongbin, we are actually making performance apparels for athletes with athletes, right? We are also coming up with our own podcast where we will be featuring our athletes. We will be talking about their challenges, how they resonate with the warrior mindset, and how do they go about breaking every barrier and crossing every obstacle and win. And we will be making them available on YouTube and Spotify and other channels so that, they can inspire others. So, this is how we are going to build our community ground up.
Amazing.
And we will be working with Singaporean athletes. We have started with Singaporean athletes and we'll be focused on those, athletes who have a story to tell, and we will give them that platform.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, before we let you go here, Gunjan, looking ahead, what is the next big milestone for ZODA as a company? How will you continue to innovate and inspire athletes worldwide? We
are going through a very busy time. So between now and June, we are having 25 new products that are coming in that are focused on, people who are going out and racing, whether in the High Rocks or whether in the CrossFit Open Championships. In the longer run, Hongbin, we are continuing to invest in R&D to develop cutting-edge fabric and smart apparel solutions. We are also staying true to our core pillars, which is technology, sustainability, and community. And finally, we are building on our strong foundation of products. So I consider myself as a product guy rather than a heavy title of a CEO. So I'm focused on product, promise, and people, and that is how we are building ZODA. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Gunjan, for joining me and telling me all about ZODA and its mission. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Hongbin. Thank you. That was Gunjan Datta, who is the founder and CEO of ZODA. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.